Okay, so this is what we've got. This corner's been damaged by water, and I removed all the loose brick. And I'm going to put some new brick in there. These had been damaged, but I was able to find some brick in the yard that were used around planters and such. So I'll use this piece since this is firm. I'll just put that back in there. And I'm going to clean off the mortar, old mortar, and use the bricks that I found to replace this section. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so these are some bricks. These are some bricks that I found in the yard that the previous owners actually used to edge around their gardens and stuff. So I was really fortunate to find a couple of bricks for this project. I'm just going to remove some of the old mortar here using the angle grinder here. Alright, I'm just going to clean off the surfaces on these bricks as best as possible. I'm just using one of these things here. I guess they call it a rub brick, but you can use a wire brush, I guess. But this does a good job. Cleaning them off a little. Just going to cut a little section off of this brick so it'll fit better. There we go. A special place for that. A little rust inhibitor. I'm going to want this a little bit wet. Rinse it off. It provides a better bond, but you just have to be careful of the mortar getting a little bit messier as a result. So I'm going to mix the mortar up thicker. I'm going to let that soak in. But the bricks, well, pretty warm day, so I'm going to let that soak in. I've got a sponge and tools to keep the wall clean if there's any runoff. It's always good to have a bucket of water. I'm going to mix my mortar. I'm using this ready mix. It's a mortar mix. You just add water, pre-mixed. It's for this purpose specifically. And actually on the directions, always read the directions, I advise. On the directions it does recommend wetting the brick a little bit. Of course I may have overdone it with wetting the brick, but that's okay because I'm letting it dry. And just add the water a little bit at a time, because we're shooting for a fairly thick mix. And this stuff is very hygroscopic. It really absorbs the water quite a bit. You'll get a feel for it. Just start off a little bit of water at a time. And really stir it around. Projects like this, the bucket works perfect. I'm using a shallow bucket. Don't have to reach down inside so far. Trying to hold the bucket at the same time. Professional make this look real easy. Buttering a brick. Don't need much because there's still some old mortar left on there. Just gonna get it into place. Line it up with the corner. Use whatever is available. If your fingers work, you use your fingers. Just a couple of things I wanted to point out in summary real quick. Number one, you may have noticed that the mortar joints were pretty wide. It is what it is. I really had no choice but just to kind of go back with what was there before. The bricks may have shifted over time. I'm not sure what happened. Obviously there was some freezing with water getting down inside and kind of cracked some of the bricks and did some damage onto that corner. So I mean, I'm satisfied with it. It's the wall hasn't heaved or anything like that. I tested it and it's still straight, so it's plumb, and I just did the best I could. The other thing I wanted to point out is that you may have noticed the haze, the slight hazing over the brickwork. That wears off in time. If you use a sponge and go over your work and just kind of clean it up, use a clean sponge, you're not going to eliminate that hazing. Two things, it'll come off with pressure washing if you've got a pressure washer, or you can use this rubbing stone to, to take it off. It's not a big deal, it's just pretty much superficial. It's not soaked into the brickwork per se. So anyway, finally, just, you know, work safely. I was up on a ladder on this project. It was a little bit precarious at times because it's right at the footing of the stairs, and then, you know, I had to use a ladder up on the corner on the other side. So just be careful and be aware of your environment, and you know, wear the proper safety stuff, safety glasses, shield, whatever, if you're doing cutting or anything like that, especially with masonry work, because stuff chips and flies, and yeah, you know, you want to avoid any possibility of any accidents if you can. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. The purpose of this is just to try to inspire those that might be doing this for the first time, and just let them know that it is doable. No mason by any means. There's plenty of great masonry how-tos out there on YouTube. I would certainly avail myself for all of that, and as many things as you can view in preparing yourself for a project, the better you know, your chances for successful outcome. And of course, you're going to gain confidence for each project that you complete. So again, I hope it helped, and good luck with your project. Thank you.